This is the vlog for February 6th, 2019, and it's cold. The snow is still here. Now, talking to my dad about this earlier today, this may be the longest stretch of snow. I mean, based on the forecast that we have, this may be the longest stretch of snow we've had in years, maybe a decade. Normally, when it snows in Western Washington in these areas, we get a dusting. We get maybe a few inches. A few inches that tends to melt within 3 days and be completely gone on the fourth. Often it doesn't even need to melt that much due to the natural, increase in temperature that usually follows these things. The rain usually washes it away just fine by itself. A little bit of 40-degree rain is an excellent way of getting rid of snow, assuming that it doesn't drop below 32 over the night. And it usually doesn't. It usually only drops to about 36 at night, and then it gets back up into the 40s and rains again the next day. That's how it usually goes. Well, it's day 3 of the snow. Day 4 if you want to count the actual day it snowed, which was Sunday. And it was bright and sunny yesterday. It was even sunnier today. It's going to be partly cloudy tomorrow, but it's probably still going to be fairly sunny. And then it's going to snow again on Friday. That's the forecast. The temperature will climb to 40 degrees tomorrow. But I'm afraid that that's just going to melt a lot of the snow that will then freeze overnight, when it definitely will drop back below 32 degrees in anticipation of the snow that will fall on Friday. And then the weekend is calling for more cold days that are partly sunny, and then possibly more snow on Monday. At that point, we'll have snow on the ground for a full week, which, like I said, that has not happened in some time. Not to the level that we're seeing right now. Admittedly, the level of snow dropped a lot over the last 2 days. It was very thick and full on yesterday when I was cleaning it off my car. But it was quite a lot less today. The part on my car. I didn't actually go out today. It would have been a fine day too as well. The roads are much clearer overall. I'll go out for lunch tomorrow probably. But I'm not going to ask Philip to stay and have dinner or beers. I think he should just get home carefully and quickly. I guess he's carpooling with his cousin now, so he gets to use the carpooling, which has sped up his commute considerably, which is good. I can't say I blame him for not wanting to have to carpool, even if it is family. The last time I carpooled, I did it for 7 months with a guy that drove me absolutely bonkers. Remarkably, he was the first person to ever explain Elite Dangerous to me. What did I do today? Well, I walked. I didn't do much else. I played some games this morning. I picked up Stellaris on the Steam sale, just because it's been talked up a whole bunch, but it's a little hard for me to sort of figure out, and it's not really my kind of game. I think I've moved away from 4Xs. 4X stands for the 4 things that you generally do in these games, which are explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate, I think. Most famous of these games is the Civilization game, where you build a civilization that you can use to explore. You will expand. You will then exploit resources that you find and exterminate any enemies that get in your way. Or you can choose not to do some of those things and only focus on one of those things. Although exploring is generally the one that you have to do no matter what, because you have to figure out where you're going to go, exploit, expand, or exterminate. Anyway, I used to play games like that in my youth, but I feel like my brain hasn't really... It's not good for those kind of games anymore. I don't know. It's just grown out of my taste. I still sort of like Twitch games, which is ridiculous because I would expect my mental capacities to have diminished even more in terms of reflexes, but they've held up pretty good, maybe just because of what I do for a living. I'm playing a lot of Sudoku now to try and help my critical thinking, but I think it's just making me good at Sudoku. I'm not sure. At least I enjoy it. But I also reinstalled Starbound because I love Terraria. Terraria is one of my favorite all-time games, and Starbound, when it launched, was in a very rough stage. My buddy Sean actually got it for me as a gift, $15, and I've had it in my library for years now, but I've played it very little. So maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll go and give that a try and see how I feel about it. But you get to pick your race, and in games like those, I don't know why I would pick anything other than human. I mean, there's a reason why humans are basically the only intelligent life in my book world. Humans are us. We are humans, and we want stories to be about something that we can relate to. And even when we have elves and dwarves and cat people and lizard people, even when we have races like those, they're just a reflection of humanity. They are created by humans, they're invented by humans, maybe not in the universe, but they are a vehicle for the things that make us human and the things that we see as being different from normal humans. And that last part is why I think it's sort of dangerous, because if you start to give too much if you start to make non-humans the center of a story, I think you're getting away from something that is deeply human, which is sympathy. You want to have sympathy for a character, and I think it's hard to have sympathy for an elf because their lives are usually very different from our own. Anyway, I could talk for another 10 minutes about just that topic. I'm not going to. I'm just going to say I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better. Oh, and on the off chance you ever find this, Ben, I know it's your birthday this week. Ben's my cousin, and his birthday's about a week before mine, so happy birthday, man. I hope you're enjoying your wonderful new marriage and your beautiful new wife. Tomorrow will be better.